You're going to take your first foam board, and this is going to actually be the back of our polish board. So what we're going to do, I hope you guys can see me, is I've already pre-marked some of these off just to save time, but what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to mark every 5 inches on your board. So we're going to do 5 inches, 10 inches, run it back up. We're going to do 5 inches and 10 inches, and then we're going to do 5 inches, and then 10 inches should be right where your board ends. So then after you're going to do it on both sides. So I've already had my 5 inches marked off here, and then I have my 5 inches marked off here, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect your lines very, you can make them as dark as you want, but I tried to make them very transparent. So I'm just going to draw and connect my lines. This does not, I repeat, does not have to be perfect. Like, I can't draw a straight line to save my life. What I do suggest is if you have a ruler like this and you want to draw a straight line, I just use the other edge of my board. And hope you guys can see me. There's so much stuff everywhere. Just use the other end of your board, and you can line up your 2 dots on each side, and then that way you can just drag it across a lot faster. So now you can take this board and put it to the back. As you can see, these are going to be our shelves. So we're done with this for now, so you can just set that to the side. We're going to take another foam board, and we're going to be making 7 2-inch strips that go this way. What is that? Horizontally? Yeah. Whoa. So, again with your ruler, we're going to go every 2 inches. So I'm going to do it this way first. So we're going to go every 2 inches. So we're going to do it at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and at 2 again. Okay? And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side of the board. Now again, you're just going to connect those lines together. I'm going to use my board again. So, we have our 7 strips drawn on here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to push this to the side, take my last, whoa. So for these, we're going to do 2.5 strips. Smooth. So I'm just going to connect those lines really quickly. Now we're going to take our Exacto knife, and we are going to very carefully be cutting along our lines that we cut. Okay, so now that we have those, this is just what I do. If you can cut straight through there in the Exacto, go ahead, but the Exacto makes me nervous and it always hurts my finger. So what I do is I kind of just start to bend my pieces like this to get a line in the back. We cut these first so I can show you. So then you kind of get this line like this in the back. I just take my Exacto knife and then I just cut through that line. And then you can just snap your piece off like that. 7 strips. So with the board that you cut your 2-inch strips with, we're going to be cutting 7 1-inch strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're just going to do the same thing at the top. Hope you can see me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're just going to connect those lines. Same way as we cut the other ones. Straight down. Don't cut yourself. So my nails aren't painted. Well, they are, but they're not. But look how hard like I push on the Exacto knife. Like, can you see my finger? Like, it gets like a dent in it. Like, look at the difference. Oh. Now I'm just gonna cut out my 2.5 strips. Okay. Alright, so what you should have right now is you should have 7 1-inch strips, you should have 7 2-inch strips, and then you should have 2 2.5 strips. I'm going to be taking my duct tape. I am using, I don't know if this is leopard or cheetah because honestly people call them everything. So I'm going to call it leopard because I like leopard better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece, I guess I should get some scissors, or I can use my Exacto knife. And I'm going to put a strip, there's my strip, and I'm going to take it to the exact length of my strip, leaving a little bit of extra on the ends. So that's about how long. Then all I'm going to do is take my strip and I'm going to leave maybe a 1/2 inch at that side, and I'm just going to stick it right on there like that, and I'm going to get some scissors, and then I'm just going to cut with the 1 inch down here. Like that. Make sure there's no air bubbles or nothing on the other side, so I'm just going to give it a run down like this. And then I'm just going to fold over the excess duct tape onto the other side of my foam board. Like this. Oh. Again, I try to make sure there's no bubbles on the other side, so I just keep checking, making sure everything is flush. Push this down to the other side. This part actually takes me the longest, is getting the duct tape on. And then I'll just show you how I do my ends. I kind of do it like I'm wrapping a present. So when your ends are like this, I kind of just, I hope you can see, tuck them in like that so it comes to a point. And then that's going to be sticky, so I just stick that down. And then there's a little opening right there, so that should just stick down on there as well. And then it's nice and flush to the edge. So I'll just show you really again. It's going to be harder on this side because there's not as much duct tape. But what I do is I just push in the sides like that. That should be sticky. Just push this down and then push this part over. Now, some of them, it's going to be a little harder to stick. If they don't stick down, I just stick a little bit of glue under there and push them down. Because if you don't push them down, then your duct tape will start to come apart on your polish rack. So that's all you do to get a little strip like this, and I think this looks a million times better than this. So I'm just going to do all those really quickly off camera because I don't want my camera battery to die, and then come back and I'll show you how to glue everything. So be right back. So you're going to get the first foam board that we drew the 5 lines on, and that's where we're going to be putting the 7 2.5 strips on. So what you're going to want to do is basically just take your 2 strips and then put them on the line that we drew. Take your glue stick, and what I do is I just line the glue on the flattest side that I can find, because you know it's a little jaggedy since we cut it with the Exacto knife. So I just put it on the side that I find the straightest. So okay, and then what you're going to want to do, just to make sure it's on there good and tight, is this is going to be the top of my polish. So on the bottom of each one, I'm just going to run glue along it so that it seals anything that wasn't sealed. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run glue along the sides of here and on a couple of these, and then glue it on, and then I'm going to secure it all in place, like by running underneath it again. So let's do that. So now that you have all that glued together and you're not stuck to the floor yet, now we're going to be taking these So once you've glued all your pieces in, this would be your completed nail polish board, depending on what color you chose, and if you chose to do like colored duct tape or anything like that. But this is what it should look like. Mine, I think, my first one that I have is just China Glaze and OPI polishes, and I think that one holds like 86 polishes. This one's going to hold mainly like drugstore and Sally Hansen polishes, and we know that those are like smaller than China Glaze or OPI. So you could probably fit like 100 of those in here, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the finished board, and it's really sturdy. So now I'm going to show you how to hang it on the wall, so be right back. You can find these at Walmart. The only reason I'm not showing you guys how that I anchor mine is because I actually only have one of these left, so I need to run to Walmart to get some more. But basically what we did is we just nailed a hole in the wall first, just so we had a marking, and then we poked that same nail through the back of the foam board. Then you pound this part into the wall, this anchor piece. I'm sorry. This piece right here, you're going to anchor that into the wall with a hammer, and then you're going to need a drill. Then what you do is we just pop this through the foam board, put the foam board on the wall, and then drilled the screw into the wall, into the anchor. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's really not. So again, we just screwed that, pushed this against the wall, and then screwed this in with this right here. Obviously there was no nail polish in it. I know someone will ask. But again, there's just 2 on the top and then 2 on the bottom. So one more look at the rack. That's what it'll look like when yours is filled. I mean, not exactly, because your polish will be different. And then I just use the top of mine for like storage, like, you know, nail dryer. I've got some cuticle oil up there, some nail wheels, clippers, cuticle creams, and then like into little nail stickers and stuff. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed making these, and leave me a comment down below, or even better, when you film yours, you know, send me a video response. So until next time guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye!